Tom was introduced to me by, I guess, John Wilcock. We had a little newspaper called the New York Ace, and we needed an office for it. So John, who was the Underground Press sort of overlord at the time, said that a guy named Tom Forcade, who had taken over the Underground Press Syndicate, had a loft on 17th Street with a lot of extra desks and chairs and things like that. Well, we couldn't use his office, but we found another place, and Tom supplied the desks and chairs for the New York Ace. The Ace was a newspaper that I started with Bob Singer in 1971, and it was the successor to the East Village Other. We took the staff from Evo when that folded, and with people like P.J. O'Rourke and Dean Latimer and Richard Meltzer, we started this, what was probably the first alternative paper in the evolution from underground to whatever it is today. Tom was wearing a cowboy hat. He was living in a teepee in this loft on 17th Street with a whole tribe of people, and smoking a lot of weed, had some great acid. I think he even had some cocaine at the time, very rare, at least in my circle. And we got along great. You know, I'd grown up in a small town upstate New York, and so I immediately recognized someone who was definitely not a New Yorker, even though I'd been born in New York. And I liked his outlaw style. He liked guns, I liked guns. He liked danger and living on the edge, and that's kind of what I was all about. So we got along just fine, and he became on our editorial board of the New York Ace. And we used to have all kinds of crazy adventures.
He played this rabbi and the President's Commission on Obscenity. And I thought it was funny, a rabbi getting it, poking fun. It's something that I came out of. I figured, why not? Because I was into a more anti-religious trip then. I figured all clergy need to get it.
His throwing of the pie at the Obscenity Commission in Washington, D.C. was the inspiration for something that I began, an organization called Agents Pie Kill, which was a pie for hire organization. It was actually a training camp for assassins, thinly disguised as a pie throwing operation. The idea was that in '72 things had come to such a pass that we really felt that we needed to be armed and ready. And but how could you train? How could you have a training camp in the middle of the city? Well, here's the way we did it. So we threw pies. I trained a bunch of people. Don't ask me how I knew how to do this stuff, but Tom took part, and we trained people in how to get in, how to get out, how to hit them quick, and we had about a dozen agents in it. You can look it up in Time magazine online.
Did they actually pie anybody, or?
Oh yeah, we actually made money for a year. I pied Captain Kirk, what's his name, at a Trekkie event.
Right.
Got the shit kicked out of me.
Who paid for that?
I can't reveal. I still can't reveal that. They flew me up to pie David Frost at some point on a national TV show. Adrienne Barbeau, the actress.
So this was before Aaron Kay picked up the whole thing.
Aaron was one of our agents, and we trained him. And when we wound down the operation, he refused to wind down. He was all wound up.
He was the sleeper agent that wouldn't go to sleep.
He just kept going. He was, you couldn't turn him off. And so there he goes, and he gives me full credit, and I dig him for that. He's a good spirit.